Hey guys, it's Camp Code Nation here, man. I just wanted to give y'all a talk about the national anthem protesters and people saying that they disrespected the flag. Let me tell you, they're not targeting the military, targeting that flag. I don't know, but they're not targeting the military. They're not targeting, but it kind of is targeting the police because the police and the police brutality. So you can't say that. But here's why. The national anthem does not mean for everybody. Yeah, I understand. We live in America. This is our country. But do you understand when the national anthem was made? When stuff happens, it's kind of messed up. So let me start. Why? I say NFL players go on, do what you got to do, and take a knee. I think everybody else should join with them. The national anthem was made in 1814. As we all know, 1814 was, all that times civilization. We still think we was doing the 13 colonies, which George Washington, who say he was the first president of the United States, was not the first president of the United States. Manned by John Hanson, I think, but 13 colonies. He was the president, but they didn't allow him to be. Like George Washington. Okay, let's continue on. George Washington was a guy, I can see he was a battle guy. I don't know because I wasn't born at that time. He was a fearsome guy. But was slavery then there? Possibility? Yes. Let's jump to the 14th president of the United States, and that's Abraham Lincoln. Now, whoever criticized me for saying this, go ahead, but there's facts proving this. Every picture that's on the president's wall all have the same color in them, all of them was white. Abraham Lincoln was not white. Abraham Lincoln was black. His mom was another race. That he got more of his color from his mother. So that's why no one even agreed. But he was black. He freed the slave. Slavery ended 1865. Remember, the national anthem was made in 1814. So let's clear that up. Let's go jump into the 1900s. 1900 was the worst year of everything. I'm gonna get to blacks. Let's start with Latino Americans. Latino Americans deal with racism, hatred from the white supremacists. They receive hatred too. Now, when they're trying to get raises, but they're being targeted because of their race. That's bad. Let's jump into the 1900s. We're already in the 1900s, excuse me. Let's jump into the black category. Now, there's more towards this one. 1900s, the blacks were up and coming, I think you could say. They battled through slavery, and now 1900 supposed to be a new year. Wrong. They were wrong. They was treated like dirt, crap, still like 3/4 of a human, had no career rights, called the N-word. I'm not gonna say it because even though I'm black, I don't want to. YouTube policy. They was treated still 3/4 of a human. Not just blacks, but Latino Americans and other races. If you weren't white, you're not right. That's what basically the 900s were. If you wasn't white, you're not right, I think. I don't know how that rhymes. But like I said, if you're not white, you're enemy to them. So we were still treating like dirt. That was messed up. 1900 messed up. You had guys fighting for us. Martin Luther King, for Latinos Chavez. And we gotta go out to other countries too. Nelson Mandela. He was fighting. Still police brutality. I forgot the girl name who got shot in the head, but she's still alive. She had to fight for girls' rights. That's messed up. America, other countries too, messed up. Why? Now let's jump into the main category. Why NFL players are taking a knee? They are taking a knee because of the police brutality. That's one. For the racial injustice, two. Also, prison incarceration rate because we're targeting more. Five, we are up and coming, and they want to bring us down. Now, another thing you want to look at is how black neighborhoods is compared to white neighborhoods. Black neighborhoods, you ain't gonna, it's not. It's more. You can see more gas stations, see more churches. You know, I mean, ain't nothing wrong with having more churches around. I promise you that. There is nothing wrong with having more churches around, but the area is more like a ghetto. See, I live in, you can call semi suburbs area, but we don't deal with all this because we all respect each other as one unity. Now they're taking the knee because, like I said, all four, all five, if you want to count what I just said. You gotta look at people like Trayvon Martin, got shot unarmed. Mike Brown, shot unarmed. Castile, he was white, shot unarmed. That Emmett Till, 1955, I think, or 1855, one of them. He took it out his house and brutally murdered. So America supposed to be the land of the free, but all this stuff that happens come right back to 2000 when President Obama was up. And now people want to say President Obama was the worst president ever. Look, only reason why white people is, or I can't say all white people, why some white supremacists hate him, Barack Obama, because he was a Democrat and he was black. See, he ain't going along with the Republicans want. See, that's a lot of things that's messed up about America. America don't know this stuff. America wants to go with the supremacists. Now, for those people who, I'm sorry if y'all hear in the background that it's Auburn versus Mississippi State. I am an Alabama fan, and Auburn is whooping Mississippi State. If any of those y'all two go together, but anyway, jump on back on topic. There's a lot of problems America faces with racism, supremacist race, because no one is supremacist. Everyone else should be equal in unity. See, that's why the Bears and Packers, while other players was in unity, but people who take a knee, they want to boo it. But remember, Americans, my fellow Americans, we're not taking a knee just because we're not taking knee, we're not targeting the military or the police, or you could say the police. We're targeting us. It's supposed to be in the land of the free, but we're not seeing that qualities under our current president. I don't like Donald Trump. I don't like his decision, because if he was a president, he would understand what America's going through. If you see the poll, 69% of Americans think that Donald Trump has divided us as a country. Think about it. Alabama's on the side of Washington, D.C., but we got Trump up there. And think about it. Half and half. You have Republican states, you have Democrat states. Just think about it. What is the west side? West Coast was the Democrat state, and the East Coast was a Republican state. Now I feel like I want to move to the West Coast because I believe we have more stuff there. More stuff. Now if it was flipped around, as this being a Democrat state and this Republican state, then there had been, well, we'll have a better chance. We'll have, because we have the White House, we have everything. So they have to do their own stuff. They had their own president, their own Republican, whatever. It's American stuff messed up. But yeah, for those people who think the players are taking a knee or targeting the military and the police, you're wrong. They're not. Just wanted to get this off my chest. Like I said, remember, national anthem made in 1814, slavery ends in 1865, 1900s, still dealing with racism, supremacist race, which was whites during the 1900s. During the 200s, we had the black president to 2016. So now to 2017, we have a Donald Trump who divided us as a country. We need to impeach him, please. That's all I gotta say. Cam Kardashian signing out.